You have too many hobbies. I've heard that, you've probably heard that, or worse, you've said it to yourself. You picked up watercolor, sourdough, drawing, crochet, and now you're online looking up sashiko kits, and somewhere in the back of your mind a voice says, shouldn't you get good at something first? No. And I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes explaining why that voice is wrong, why history disagrees with it, and why having a lot of hobbies might be the most creatively healthy thing you can do. Here's what thinking I have too many hobbies actually does to you. It doesn't help you focus. It makes you freeze. You start overthinking. You're analyzing every hobby and wondering which one is the right one to do. And then you're comparing yourself to someone who's been doing it for over 10 years and you feel scattered in comparison. And then the worst part happens. You stop starting new things. You close a tab on the sashiko kit. You put the watercolor back on the shelf. You start to shrink your curiosity to fit someone else's idea of what a creative person is. And that's a tragedy, because curiosity is the most creative impulse you have. Guilt is what kills it. Okay, before I make the case for too many hobbies, I want to actually define creativity so we're all on the same page, because I feel like we've narrowed it down to something that it was never meant to be in the first place. So looking at the dictionary definition, it defines creativity as the ability to produce original or unusual ideas, or to make something new or imaginative. Okay, fine, that's a little clinical. Let's look at Urban Dictionary, which is surprisingly poetic sometimes. It calls it playing childishly with obvious, known, or old information and ideas to produce something new and great. Every child is born creative. It's our key challenge to help our kids preserve their creativity into adulthood. I love that. And the world childishly is doing so much work in that sentence. And lastly, the Latin root for creativity is creare, literally meaning to make. It shares a root with crescere, which means to let things grow. To create is to let things grow. I mean, that's just beautiful. But here's my definition, and it's simpler than all of those. Creativity is producing a feeling through your actions. Notice that I didn't say a good feeling, and I didn't say in someone else. Creativity can produce a feeling in yourself, that's art saving you, or it can produce a feeling in others, that's being moved by someone else's art. Both count. Both are creativity. And creativity is not just drawing, it's not just painting, it's not just what the world has labeled as art. It's crocheting a scarf that makes you feel calm. It's kneading dough that makes your brain go quiet. It's building a Lego set that makes you feel like a kid again. If it produced a feeling, you created something. If you feel weird by having too many interests, let me introduce you to some people in history who are considered too much by modern standards. Leonardo da Vinci, the most famous polymath in history. Painter, yes, but also an engineer, scientist, sculptor, architect, musician, mathematician, anatomist, botanist, and inventor. He designed flying machines in the 1400s. Nobody told Leonardo to pick a lane. Michelangelo, sculptor, painter, architect, and poet. He painted the Sistine Chapel and wrote poetry about the pain of painting it. Multiple hobby creative, if there was ever one. Picasso, painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, theater designer. He didn't just master one medium, he kept exploding into new ones every time the old ones stopped being interesting. These aren't people who couldn't focus. These are people whose curiosity was so much bigger than any single medium could hold. And the world is so much better because they didn't limit themselves. The hobbies fed each other. The skills transferred. The exploration was the art. Beyond the historical case, there are real practical reasons why having many hobbies makes your life better. Hobbies build on each other. The patience I learned from sourdough makes me better at crocheting. The color sense that I get from watercolor makes me better at photography, and the storytelling that I absorb from cozy games makes me better at journaling and at writing. Nothing exists in isolation. Every skill cross-pollinates. Different days call for different things. On an overwhelming day, I might reach for monochrome coloring because it has 0 decisions. I don't have a pattern to follow, I don't have to choose colors, it's literally just shading. But if I have more energy, I might reach for something else, like watercolor or building a new Lego set. Having options means that I always have a match for whatever my brain might need that night. It keeps your brain healthy and active. Every time you start something new, your brain is building new neural pathways. It's the same reason why playing an instrument or learning a new language is recommended for your brain health. Multiple hobbies are exercise for your brain. And lastly, it keeps things interesting. The reason why most people quit hobbies isn't only because they failed, it's because they got bored. Having multiple outlets means you can go to something else when one of them gets stale. You don't quit creating, you just rotate. I want you to try something. Think of yourself as a kid, 7 or 8 years old. You're making up songs, you're building forts, you're drawing on everything, you're mixing potions in the backyard. Would you have told that kid that they have too many interests? Of course not. You would have told them, wow, you're so creative. You would have given them more crayons, more clay, more space to explore. You're still that kid. You just grew up and somewhere along the way someone told you that you needed to specialize, that curiosity is something that people grow out of, or that if you don't focus on one thing, it means you're not serious about it. It's not true. You're still a child at heart. And I mean that in the highest compliment that I know how to give. So if you're sitting here with 7 hobbies and a little bit of guilt, here's what I want you to hear. Start small. You don't need to buy everything or have the best gear at once. You need a $7 crochet kit, a $3 pencil, or a bag of flour. The entry point should be low enough that if you stop doing the hobby, it doesn't feel like a waste. Because some hobbies just won't be for you. That's not a failure. It's just data. Embrace the suck. You will be bad at it at first. That's completely normal. And being bad at it can be pretty cool too, because it's literally the most present you're ever going to be. You can't autopilot a new skill, and that focus is pretty magical. I heard a creator named Findlepop say that the perfect time to start is when you realize there's no perfect moment. That's it. That's the whole truth. Just start. And don't compare your year 1 to someone else's year 10. That perfect crochet blanket is from someone who's been crocheting for 10 years. That beautiful watercolor that you see is painted from someone who's painted 1,000 bad flowers. You're looking at their highlight reel and comparing it to your first time. It's not fair to you. And look, I know this is where people say, focus on the process, not the outcome. And I really hate that quote, to be honest. It sounds like something that should be on the poster of the wall of a guidance counselor or something. But here's why it keeps showing up. Because the process is what changes you. Not the finished scarf, not the risen loaf, not the painting. The version of you who sat down and tried badly, but with patience. That's who you're building. The art changes you, not the other way around. So the bar should be as low as possible. Make anything. It's better to make something than to consume something. The bar is on the floor. Step over it. I know I was worried about making things because I really wanted it to be good. And so many of us want what we make to be good or perfect. But I really want you to think about that. What even is good? Is it likes? Is it your friend saying, oh my gosh, it's amazing? Is it the inner critic in your head being satisfied when it literally never is satisfied? Or is it matching something that you saw online from someone who's 10 years ahead of you? Good is a moving target. The only version of good that should matter is, did it produce a feeling in you? Did time disappear? Did your brain go quiet? If so, then it was good. Full stop, no likes required. I want to leave you with a word that changed everything for me. Amateur. We usually use it as an insult, like, that's so amateur, meaning unskilled or unprofessional or not serious. But the word amateur actually comes from the Latin word amare, which means to love. An amateur is not someone who's bad at what they do. An amateur is someone who does what they do for the love of it. That's what you are. That's what I am. Every time you pick up yarn with no deadline, you sketch with no audience, you knead dough with no Etsy shop, you're an amateur in the most beautiful sense of the word. You're a lover of the thing. You do it because it moves your heart, not because it's useful or it leads you somewhere, but just because it makes you feel something. And that's worth more than being an expert at something that you don't love anymore. Creativity is meant to be your safe, free space. The one place where nobody grades you, times you, or gets to tell you that you're doing it wrong. Please protect that. Don't let anyone, including yourself, shrink it into something that's manageable. Have 7 hobbies. Have 10. Have 1 that you visit every day and 6 that you visit once a month. Let your intuition guide you to whatever is meant to stick. Follow your curiosity and don't worry about focusing on one thing or getting good at something. Your curiosity knows where it's going. Trust it. You don't have too many hobbies. You have a big, beautiful, creative, curious heart that wants to try everything. That's not a problem to fix. That's a life to celebrate. Now go make something, anything. I'll be here.